This is what morning looks like in the nut house. Boop-a-doo, totally nutty, but so cute. Now, I was looking for something to do for the show this morning, and I took my basket out into the yard and found some pretty leaves here. I put together some sort of Ziploc bags of yarns. I found this one in the yard. This is a fakie. Isn't that funny? That must have been from one of the parties last year, but I think I'm going to use it as a stencil. I put some of the stuff I had on these shelves here, right, into this basket to use to do a spontaneous sort of exercise. And then I thought, why don't I find another sort of jean jacket for Tigger since I'm feeling very challenged? There's lots of people with cool jean jackets going to Tigger. I've got two ready, but then I remembered I bought this pretty sort of denim, khaki colored denim jacket over the summer and at the Wellfleet flea market. Love a good flea market, right? It has this wacky yoke. You see this? That's why I got it. And I thought, ooh, interesting. I wonder if I can make a stencil of this and do a spontaneous show today, just making the piece. So jean jacket or not, I'm going to be spontaneously putting a piece together using my bits and bobs, some of my scraps, right? Got plenty of scraps laying around. What I really need is a template, a template for a pattern piece for this part of the jacket, the yoke. So I'm kind of feeling my way here with my fingernails, right? I want this inner line, right? I could do the outer line, but I kind of want the inner line. So you still see the seams on the jacket. I was doing this kind of thing with my finger and filling it in, and I'm realizing I might be screwing it up, right? Because of the way the jacket wants to fold and wrinkle. So I was a grown up and I took out my tomato and I'm pinning it now. And I'm just feeling it with my fingers, double checking it to make sure that my lines are in place. Because when I cut out this pattern piece, I'm going to trace it onto my backing. Now, you don't have to do this for today's show. I'm just doing this because I figure if we're going to run a spontaneous show like this, I might as well be able to use my piece for something that's kind of on my mind. You know what I mean? So you don't have to do this part unless you're working on a jacket panel like this. But this is the process I'm going through to get ready for this morning's show. All right, C's, I just cut this out here, and let's see. I'm going to fit my thing on here. This is just to give you an idea. I'm going to go off camera and obviously make sure with two hands that this is going to fit pretty well. And if you feel like, oh, see, I like it with the bottom showing a little bit there. You see what I mean? I like this still showing. So I'm going to check everything. I'm going to double check myself. I'm going to make changes like this. I'm a little bit over here, a little bit under over here. So maybe it's just a matter of shifting it. You know, if you cut under, I did cut under a little bit. You see, it's not really joining. So when that happens, I literally just take my pen and I show myself something like this, right? The whole length of it. This is, I have a degree in pattern making, and this is when it comes in handy. I know this point is good, and I know this point is not good. So I'm going to say all the way over. I'll make it just a little larger on the pattern, right? And you can say to yourself, well, over here, 1/2 inch, and it's going to slide to the point up there. So make whatever notations you need to make sure that your pattern is pretty close. Now, is this difference, right? Once I even it out a little bit, is that enough to make me, cry myself to sleep? Probably not. Can't guarantee that, but probably not. This slope is pretty good here. I got to take some of this out here. But this pattern piece is pretty good. It's pretty stable. So I'm going to trace that onto my material, and then I am going to get ready to join you for coffee time this morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Ribbon Candy Hooking Channel. Get yourself together. I'll show you one more step, and then I'll say get yourself together. And I chose for my backing rug warp because you saw I had a lot of yarn I'm going to use in today's show. And, for me, rug warp means it's a little bit tighter, than monks or linen or obviously burlap. So I'm put it on rug warp, cotton rug warp, because I might want to punch part of it for speed. So you can see I've adjusted the pattern a little bit. I've got it 1/4 inch out there. And on the other side, I was a little more off. I was more like 1/2 inch between the 2 points. So I kind of altered it as I drew it. There's my pattern piece. I'm going to put it on my frame, and I will meet you back here in a little while to do a very spontaneous episode of coffee time. I was going to say cocktail time. Come on, not yet. coffee time. So get out your scraps, your bits and pieces, get just a blank fabric if you want. And I'm going to talk about design and what might look good with those autumn leaves on this back panel. I'll see you soon.